The Westmoreland Conservation District is pleased to announce that the Frye family of Unity Township has been named the 2020 Outstanding Conservation Farmer. The Frye family farm is only the third two-time winner of this award in the 57 times it has been given since 1953. They became a conservation partner in 1978 and received their first award in 1983, 7 years after they began working the 180-acre dairy farm in Pleasant Unity.
Today, Ralph and his wife Ann continue operations with help from sons Jason, Todd, and Chad. Ralph can trace his agricultural roots back to 1795 and the farm of John Frye on Boggs Hollow Road in Salem Township.
When we first came here in 1976, we found we had a lot of water problems.
Today, the Fryes have pretty much won that battle thanks to conservation improvements they've made over more than 4 decades.
When Jason graduated from high school, it had rained that day when we had the graduation party, and it rained substantially, a little over an inch in about an hour. And so the kids were using the runoff to make a slip and slide down to the yard. The following year we put a diversion ditch in, and it took away from the water coming down through the yard and the house.
But this is western Pennsylvania, and there's more than one hillside on the Frye farm. Another is almost directly outside the original barn. It's where most of the family's dairy cows, weighing an average of 1,500 pounds apiece, are kept.
Many times farmers, especially dairy farmers, have feedlots right next to the barn, and without gutters and downspouts on the barns, then all that rainwater off the roof goes right into where the cows are tromping around and makes all kind of muddy manure that runs right down into the stream.
We put a roof on, cemented the floor for the cows, put a curb on it, put gutters on the barn, and piped the water away from where the cows stand.
Now all that manure and the water together gets scraped up, spread out in the fields where it's supposed to be.
At the end of the heavy-use pad, the Fryes created a 200-foot-long fenced lane to limit the cows' impact on the soil as they move between barn and pasture. 2 unnamed tributaries to Sewickley Creek run through the Fryes' Pleasant Lane farm. Water quality in both streams is protected thanks to the family's ongoing commitment to conservation. Both streams on the farm have been further protected with fencing, trees, and shrubs along both sides. The now mature plantings reduce erosion and act as a living strainer to catch pollution before it gets into the water. The fencing also keeps the Holsteins away from the bottomland areas with softer soils at greater risk for serious erosion. Looking ahead, the Fryes have plans for even more conservation improvements, including a manure storage pit to hold farm waste until conditions are right to spread it on the fields. The Westmoreland Conservation District's first Next Generation Farm Summit in 2018 featured information on ways to keep farming viable, such as creating products that increase the value of primary agricultural commodities. Last year, Jason Frye, the 7th generation of his family to farm, oversaw development of one of those new value-added directions, cheese making.
In 2019, we constructed an over 5,000 square foot facility to house our creamery, our aging rooms, our dry goods room, a laboratory, and space for a future robotics center, as well as an educational and learning lab facility. We started production in our creamery. The equipment for our creamery was purchased with the support of a grant that we received from the PA Dairy Investment Program through the Secretary of Agriculture and Governor Wolf's office. In April, we started production of cheese curds, Quark, which is a soft cream cheese-like product, and then we moved into our cheddar cheeses, our Gouda or Gouda cheeses. We're now making a cheese that we call our secret pizza cheese, feta, and a whole variety of different products that we're planning for in the future that are cheese related. Quark is something that's very new to this area, but has become very popular. We do that as a plain product, but we also utilize the honey that we produce here on the farm in our on-farm apiary to produce a honey pork product that has become extremely popular.
The new 5,000 square foot robotic milking parlor, currently under construction, will allow the Fryes to increase the size of their herd while easing the demands of twice daily milking. Another grant is helping with marketing and construction of a new classroom to introduce preschool children to dairy farming and cheese making.
Today, many farms nationwide are facing huge economic challenges. With mature, multi-generational management, sound conservation programming, and investments in diversification and expansion, the Frye family's future looks bright for the next generation. Congratulations to the Ralph Frye family, winner of the 2020 Outstanding Conservation Farmer Award.